So welcome. My name is Derek Sang, and I'm the Technical Training Manager for Bulwark Protection. Today's FR clothing question is one we get quite often since we, like many industries, use a lot of acronyms and we often interchange them. So what is FR, AR, and what does it mean? Why, when on the outside looking in, do I see it referenced at different times? I see it in different orders. It might be FR/AR, AR/FR. What's with that? And which is correct? And most importantly, what do I need to know? Well, when the National Fire Protection Agency, the NFPA, introduced the term ARC-rated, or its acronym AR, it was in 2012's revision of NFPA 70E. It was initially a little bit of a head scratcher for us because up until 2012, really for the past decade, we'd all been talking about FR garments, and you have to wear FR garments. So why did it change? Well, the most basic and the most important thing to know is when it comes to AR and FR is that all ARC-rated clothing is first and foremost flame resistant. Not all flame resistant fabrics go on to be ARC tested. So for a garment to be considered flame resistant, the fabric used to make the garment must withstand ignition and or rapidly self-extinguish in order to protect the wearer from short-duration thermal hazards. Typically by passing a very basic test, ASTM D6413, the vertical flammability test is its most commonly known. For a garment to be considered ARC-rated, the fabric used to create ARC-rated clothing is subject to additional tests above and beyond just the basic self-extinguishing, not melting, and or dripping. Primarily, it's exposed to a series of arc flashes to determine how much energy this fabric can block before either it breaks open, it begins to fail, you get a small tear or a hole, or underneath the fabric on the calorimeter, you're registering enough energy to have a second-degree burn. Typically, this test used to do that is ASTM 1959, which is a performance test. The result is expressed in calories per centimeter squared, either as a ARC thermal performance value, or ATPV, and or a energy break open threshold, an EBT. Both are ARC ratings, and both tell you the same thing. How much energy can I sustain before the onset of a second-degree burn? Where you see that is in the label. If you see an ATPV or an E sub BT, 8.7 calories per centimeter squared, for example, that's your ARC rating. You already know in order to get this, first and foremost, I have to be FR. The ARC rating allows an electrician to know two things for sure. The garment is, of course, flame resistant. Most important, has been tested to the hazard it could be exposed to, and that's key. That is the motive in 2012, was to ensure that electricians were purchasing the right PPE. That's what the motivation was from the NFPA to change the terminology from FR to AR. Secondly, the electrical worker can now match his ARC rating with his incident energy and protect himself. Why? They're both measured in calories per centimeter squared. So if I have done my ARC flash risk assessment and my equipment is labeled, or as a contractor, I work in a facility where the equipment is labeled, the incident energy in calories per centimeter squared is going to be on that box. I just have to have the same as or a little bit more in order to work on the equipment. Great matching of protection and hazard. For our utilities, it's a reasonable estimate of the incident energy on your equipment and then equal to or greater in your outermost arc-rated layer. So any additional questions or any additional information you would like, please click on the link. Of course, stay safe and stay healthy. Derek out.